You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Yo, 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 what up, rebels? How y'all doing? Guess what? Come on, come over here. No election stuff here. Nothing. Come on, come in. It's safe from the politics and the craziness. Let's talk sports. Wait. We're going to talk a little COVID, so that's going to kind of suck. But everything else is going to be cool, I'm telling you. It's all sports. We're going to get you away from the debacle that is this divided country, and we're going to come together as one unified group of rebels here, and we're going to talk sports. And you know what? I'm pretty sure we're not going to throw haymakers today either. So lots to get into between the NFL, NCAA, and all of that goodness. So without further ado, let's do the do that we do at DSR2. I am Scrappy, and here's your host, the man, the myth, the legend, and the registered voter and patriot, Johnny the Moose!
Hey, we are back here for another edition of DSR2 on this wonderful Wednesday, first Wednesday of November, day after the election. Yes, we survived it. We'll see what goes on.
Yep.
We're on there. But again, this is the to get rid of all your
sabbatical.
Whoosha, cleanse the air, get rid of it on there. So we got lots of here to talk about. And again, it was a wonderful day here in November. Last week was cold and shit. Now we're back to summer.
It's crazy talk.
I mean, it's pushing record highs for the next 6 days on there, not including today. So we got here lots to talk. We got the NFL Week 8. We'll talk about that. Week 9 and come here as well. Maybe we'll get through an NFL season. Who knows? More COVID going on
that's
here.
What I'm saying.
And if you're a Wisconsin Badger fan, I guess you might as well just chalk this year up not happening. Because they're basically not playing another week. And maybe next week either against Michigan. So on there. If you're a Michigan Wolverine fan on there, man, like me, what the hell happened there?
Oh, dude. The Harbaugh questions are flying, baby. Where you stand. We're going to get into that, I'm sure.
We'll talk about that feelings.
It's one of those things, and excuses are going to fly. The COVID year, what are we doing? And really, when it breaks it down to me, why are we even playing any damn way? So, I mean, I don't know if that's an argument or not, but we'll dive into it.
We'll get into that. Again, Seattle, Russ being Russ, baby.
Do you let him cook, baby? He's not gonna. I mean, he can't. Not every meal is gonna be great, but you let Russ cook, man. It's usually pretty good.
We'll get into that. Also, we'll get into basically. They're talking about hot stove league baseball wise. That's gonna be a real quiet one on there because nobody's got any damn money there. So we'll talk about that. Free agency in the end. NBA is going to be starting here, and we got the draft on there as well.
Yeah, sure. But I'm more worried about all the crazy stuff that's going on with the NFL, and we the COVID is going to be that's going to be the only thing that's going to be really hard to kind of mull through without talking about, because it as much as we had some interesting stuff, and we do have some plenty of material from the NFL this week, because you have upset cities, you've got fucking UFC in the middle field, you've got all kinds of stuff to get into.
And again, tomorrow's night's game, yes, it's going to happen. Maybe.
But I mean, that's it. But the bottom line is COVID rampant on there. So whatever you guys want to get into, the text line, 313-307-5340. That's the best way to get to us right here, Bam and Bill. But also, of course, is on the social media. You can check us out on the Studio 57 Radio, YouTube, Facebook page, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, all that good stuff. And, of course, Studio57Radio.com. We've already got our international greetings from our friend Canada Mike. Thank you, sir. And I know he's been watching all Canadians have been watching the election like it was days of our lives, I'm sure.
Yes.
Just like a lot of other countries. He has to get away from it just like everybody else. So let's get into Moose. I don't even know where to start. As a Michigan fan here in this state, we can absolutely have a few things going to talk about. I mean, between Michigan State and the Michigan game there's plenty of conversation. There's plenty of meat on the bone. The Lions being the Lions, the craziness in the NFL, Rona, and more freaking Rona. NCAA, what do they think they're going to get? Games. Moose, there's so much here, and it's kind of all over the place. I don't even know where to go. Where we start?
We might as well go right with. The elephant in the room, really, with the NFL and the Rona and everything with it, and we'll get into like week 8 and we kind of review wise. Yeah, I mean, you got how many guys that are basically tested positive for Green Bay and Frisco?
This is insane,
and yet they're going to try to get the game off tomorrow. I mean, again, facilities have been shut down. I don't even know who's running back for Green Bay right now. I mean, maybe. You can suit up off the street.
I guess, yeah, sure. I mean, as long as nobody blows on my knees, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm telling you, if the wind changes on these knees, they're gone. I'm gonna look like that dude in the pro wrestler guy, the wannabe wrestler guy from here in Michigan.
From East Point, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure where it happened at, what yard it was in. It was in the but the ring was for sale here in East Point. So I assume it's from the same kid that owned it. And you couldn't, guys, for ripping the dude with the busted legs, like that sucks, dude. Like, I don't care if that's a janky ring and all that, as long as he wasn't selling tickets to some outlaw mud show type wrestling monstrosity, as Jim Nett would describe, tickets to something and calling it pro wrestling. Well, it's a dude in the backyard with his buddies in a homemade ring, and what did he do? He didn't just jump down. Like, if he jumped off his porch, the same thing would have happened. So, do I think the kid's an idiot? Sure. Like, why would you even go out there and jump off that monstrosity in the first
young
place?
and in shape, I wasn't doing that.
But I mean, he didn't do anything crazy. He didn't flip somebody. He jumped down 3 feet. Moose, if you were standing on a chair and jumped off the chair onto the ground, would you expect you to go in the opposite direction? No. And if they did, would people make fun of you for it?
Yes.
They would? Yeah. I think they'd be like, what the fuck? That's horrible. You're about to lose your legs. He's had multiple surgeries. The amputation is absolutely still on the fucking table, and he's got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of medical bills.
I know.
And he didn't even do anything risky.
No.
And so don't you think life has made fun of him enough?
Yes.
Do we really have to pile it on?
I mean, I didn't pile it, and I just went, oh my God, I don't want to see it. But there are those, because again, people are pricks.
Yes, we have to stop. You mean bastards.
Kid, chip in $5 to a GoFundMe account because he's gonna need it.
Yes, I was about to say, for every joke you have, throw him a 5 spot.
Right.
Everything you think is funny, throw him $5 or $10 for every joke you got. Every meme, throw him some money. I'm sure he'll forgive you for it. But Jesus, it's kind of like a swear.
Yes. Yeah, you need that for this poor guy.
I mean,
and I didn't. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to.
So I don't
react well to those because I've got bad knees. I'm like,
my knees are so garbage and so knee thing. I didn't even want to watch it. When I heard what it was, I'm like, I already know what it is. I don't need to see it.
I mean, again, I just got out of bed on like Sunday morning when it's cold and rainy and snowy, and I'm like, God, I hurt.
Yeah, no, I heard that his knees went. I heard his wrong direction. I said, nope, don't want to see it. That's good enough. That's all I needed to hear.
I saw Napoleon McCallum do that in an NFL game, and I'm like, oh my God! And I'm like,
the worst thing I ever saw live was at Louisville basketball. Oh, that was nasty. Me and my daughter were watching the game.
I saw that one. I saw the.
I think that was the nastiest.
Kendall when he bumps at his ankle running the first.
I didn't see it live, but I watched it on replay.
There,
yeah.
and the Moises Alou when he slid in second.
Oh yeah, sure.
Or the Eric Kumro when he was in the Super Bowl for Cincinnati.
Even that Dak Prescott one was nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, just recently.
The Alex Smith one last year.
Oh gosh. I'm not down with the whole limb snappies. I'm gonna put a whole fucking video of all just limb snappies. That's gonna be our new intro to the show. It's gonna be music and broken arms and legs and things.
on there. So yeah, and of course we get throwdowns there in the Bears game. On
Dude,
there.
what in the fuck? Who? Like How many bowls of dumbass do you eat in the morning to wake up and go and punch somebody with a fucking helmet on?
Right.
I mean, he's got a fucking helmet on. You could run at him full speed, blast into him, and unless you go helmet to helmet, like he's gonna get up and be fine. What do you think your little pussy ass girly hand's gonna do to him?
Yeah, we're
break.
Not, yeah,
it's gonna break your fucking hand on his face.
We're not worried. Like I got a cheap plastic visor and it's a hockey helmet. This is an NFL helmet.
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
doing anything.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, it's not like you're Bob Probert beating the hell out of Mike Foligno there, and he's got his little shield on there because he already got a broken jaw, and all of a sudden he pops it, and all of a sudden Foligno goes, "Oh my God, I can still feel it. That hurt."
I mean,
well, then don't start shit with Bob Probert.
He just, it's just.
And again, you were going, well, what the hell? The play's over. He wasn't even involved with this guy. What the fuck's going on?
Well, it was a couple of plays before. My man ran up and his mouthpiece, hangs from the face mask. He ran up and ripped it off, threw it on the ground. That's what did it.
Dude, if you're that thin blood or whatever you do it, then you know what? They need to cut your ass.
That's what started it.
But you got fined on there. I think the Bears are going to say, what? Your bullshit factor is way higher than your
Yeah, you've got anger management issues, my man.
We just don't need that. You're really not that anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it was not a good look.
No.
My man's kind of like looked like he came up a little gimpy and was like to tap his helmet to see if he could get out. And my man jumped from behind and popped him like with a sucker punch. And my man was like, "Did I just get hit? Did that guy just hit me?" And then all of a sudden he hit him with like the palm strike or something in the second shot. I'm like, and then he's like, "This motherfucker just hit me." And then then he got fucking ragdolled and kicked in the face or whatever, threw to the ground and started beating his ass for being dummy. But it's like, I was like in the other room, I was like in the kitchen, and they're like, "Oh, we got a fight here," and I'm shit, and I ran out and it was like just breaking up, and I'm like, "Oh, rewind that, watch that again." Oh yeah, you got a little Donnybrook going on there.
I have my phone on and I'm cooking dinner on Sunday and I'm like going, what the hell?
Yeah, I had to rewind the TV and watch it to see it again. And I'm like, well, where did that come from? And then, of course, they go back videos and look, and they find this video, the footage from like a couple plays ago, and the play's dead, and my man yanks his mouthpiece off and throws it on the ground.
I just say, dude. So we had the trade deadline, which kind of nothing really happened.
Yeah. We got the AB thing, too. Fuck, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, AB's he's probably going to play this weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess he showed up, and they're like, Jesus Christ. I mean, he's got nothing better to do except work out.
Sure. I mean, it's those things where...
but are you in football shape?
Dude, this guy... dude, he doesn't have the mental capacity to play this game for any length of time.
No.
Dude, you're crazy bringing this guy in. To me... Okay. You know what this screams to me? Tom Brady, he's always finds inner motivations, right?
Right.
We know that. Like, he's super fiery, even after 17, 20 fucking years. It doesn't matter. He is that fiery of a guy still.
Right.
That
he
competitive
is never
still.
satisfied.
He's that competitive still. This motherfucker, so bad, wants to stick it to Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
That he will absolutely sacrifice any bit of integrity to fucking win a Super Bowl. And he wants Antonio Brown.
Right.
Because he feels if he can have one speed guy out, and do some shit, that's the difference for them right now. Now, I would tend to say you need to do a little something on the defensive end too, but it's hard to disagree with that. When you look at what they've been able to do, you could utilize, if you're utilizing AB in a similar way that Kansas City utilizes some of their receivers in like the run game. I mean, look at Mahomes got a 75-yard touchdown pass and he went like this in front of him with the ball while the receiver ran by on a sweep. And it's like that was a fucking 75-yard gain and it was a pass play. Technically. The only reason it wasn't a handout because he ran in front of you instead of behind you. Yes, and you tossed it in the air like this for him to catch as he ran by. That's all it is. You just kind of, with both hands, just kind of like fluffed it up in the air for him. And so that constitutes a pass. But I mean, using those receivers as like this hybrid running pass game is what they did in New England.
Right.
And if you can get AB to buy in on that, because if he doesn't football.
Right.
Then maybe it makes sense when all I do, my whole life revolves around fucking sticking it to Belichick right now. And it looks like, Cam's helping me out. Like he's in on the joke. Because Cam said, I'll fuck my career and my stats and my whatever. I'll come to New England and shit the bed for you.
Yeah.
And so...
Better check the bank account. He might be slipping Cam a little bit of money on the
side.
side.
Is there some kind of wire transfers we need to know about? From Brady to Cam? Because Cam...
Do I need to check Zella?
I mean, because came into camp like a fucking beast. And he's been fucking whimpering around this bitch all season long. So I don't know what the fuck... What happened? Forgot to work out his brain.
Right.
Too busy working out his muscles. Because he was ripped, remember? He was big, he was in great shape. Everybody made a bit, what a whoop-de-woo.
Then he gets COVID, and then...
Yeah, now he's a fucking dude. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is what I always Cam was, but I figured it would be disguised and hid within Belichick's system and what he tries to do with cats. And so, but the problem is it was the other way around, right? The system and what you do is not productive unless you're efficient and you don't make mistakes.
Right.
And so, but what we know about Cam is that he's going to make mistakes. So to get the most out of him is to go for the gusto all the time, and then it's like, it's no guts, no glory. Right? Like, if you go balls and you get it, you got the benefit of it. But if you're going to go down, you might as well go down in the games and bullshit, because go off, you're going to win. Now they're not doing that.
No.
He makes mistakes, and they just shit the bed every game.
Right.
And so that's what Brady comes, because he doesn't make mistakes. Is he the greatest, athlete in the world? Hey, fuck no. He's not even a great... He's obviously the GOAT, but I mean, there's nothing about what he
his
does.
Physical attributes, he's not the most gifted.
There's nothing there. Not even from an arm strength standpoint, not from an accuracy standpoint. It's purely he knows the X's and O's of what they're doing better than anybody, and his desire to win is higher than anybody. Those are the two attributes that fucker brings to the goddamn table, and it is him the GOAT.
Right. He's mentally tougher than anybody else out there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. His cerebral game is off the charts.
Right.
It's not even about necessarily ball IQ.
It's his IQ.
It's just the way he's marks. If you watch him move around, he's Frankenstein.
Yeah, he's not the most. Yeah, he is not very mobile. He's not fluid. He doesn't have.
If he's got to get outside the pocket, it's like watching a 9-year-old run his dad's boots.
Right.
Keep his toes curled up so they don't fall off. They're all funky and shit, and he's barely... That's what Brady gets outside the pocket.
The one thing he would say he's got better than average is his release is quick. He can get the ball out, boom.
Right.
But then again, he sees
that's
everything
the mental
develop.
part to me.
The mental.
Yeah.
He sees He sees 3 to 4 seconds ahead of everybody else.
He knows where everybody's going to be. He knows the playbook better than anybody. His football IQ is through the hook, off the hook. I mean, he's got all of that going. So to me, that's that. He knows where they're going to be, and he knows he doesn't have time. His internal clock is like bing, 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 bing. To me, that's all that mental part of that game. Physically, he doesn't have a nice touch necessarily. He doesn't have a great deep ball necessarily. He doesn't have all this accuracy like a Breeze or somebody like that. He's none of that. He's not athletic and get out the pocket. RPOs and stuff like that with him. He's pretty limited in that respect. But this league is proven. If the only thing that can't be stopped is somebody that's effective when they're sitting in the pocket, right? So if you run the ball, I can stop that. If you do RPO, figure that out and stop that. If but if you can get in the pocket and you can effectively, I can stop that.
No.
Because your defensive backs can't do barely anything, from a PI standpoint. You don't want to, and then once you can't hit the quarterback, if he's successful with with being in the pocket, then that's what they want to do. Everybody wants to force you to beat them in the pocket. We'll take that. If you stand in the pocket, you stand back here and you rifle down and you beat us, we just have to take that. That's pretty much the defensive strategy in NFL right now. So they're forcing you to do that. They don't want you running around and doing all this gadgetry and all that stuff. Because essentially just teeing back, getting to the quarterback, that's not feasible. Because if you're doing that, then the run game's going to take off, right?
Right.
So the whole thing is if you're going to temper an offense of any kind, you want to force them to stay in the pocket and play from the pocket, throw from the pocket. Now, can you be effective from a defensive back standpoint? Can you be effective from a pass rush standpoint? Sure, if, as long as you've got good DBs and you don't have any threat of a running game. Right. So it's one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that on there, and if you try to blitz him, he's going to kill you because you can read this progression.
Right.
So he picks that up so much better than anybody else right off the bat. And says, good. You're blitzing me? Somebody's single covered. Boom.
So I don't Brady to get to another Super Bowl and do that stuff. But,
everything is
they're going to be playoff games. New England's going to be going home. And this conversation we're having here will be more valid later, but it will be heavily had when we get to that point. When New England goes home and Brady's playing in the postseason, that's going to be the conversation. So I'm just warning you.
Yep.
I mean, and it's already trending that way. So, but I think the big story, like you said, Moose, is the COVID. I mean, how are you going to get through this season? They're going to bubble this shit.
Right.
And then I'm hearing cats like, oh, they better not make an NFL bubble situation. That's going to suck. What suck? Because you can't have your 10 or 15,000 people there? Well, duh. Why these COVID cases are going up? It's not a coincidence that you put these kids on campus. You start having rallies. You start having people in stadiums. And then these cases of COVID go up. It's not a coincidence. It's nationwide, and it's not a coincidence. When we start loosening restrictions, all this shit goes up. And so do you think that coronavirus is, oh, no, not going to fuck with the NFL? Oh, got to get in?
Right.
Coronavirus doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Like, come on, man. And guess what, y'all? Like, I know I got the stupid Scrappy Damas from that fucking prediction from God knows how long ago now, Harbaugh Bowl. But, motherfucker, we've been telling you this since fucking April.
Right.
Since that fucking Wednesday when everything was shutting the fuck down because me and Moose came in here pre-show and it wasn't sports we were fucking talking about.
Right.
We're down here and I'm like, dude, I'm not going to have work. Like, they're shutting everything the fuck down.
Well, that was even before that. Yeah, during that. But like that one Wednesday, we walked in that Wednesday and like, okay, and all of a sudden,
yeah, everything hit.
It was the Utah games walked off the court.
Yep. And we're like, oh shit. And by the time back next week, fucking, we're talking about closing states down, and we were having the conversation then and there.
We're gonna have that conversation again because it's not going away.
No, I know. And people think that it is. They think when this election's over, it's gonna go away. Well, people really believe that shit.
Well, the election's over and we had 100,000 cases today.
Yes, and guess what? When the votes and the tallies are done, and we're not talking politics here, but when all that stuff's done and whoever wins, and everything's all said and done, guess what? It'll still fucking be here. Guess what? You're still going to have some kind of bubble situation if you want to have anything even close to a guarantee of getting these series off. The only ones that have come close to pulling did some kind of bubble situation. Baseball, narrowly, I mean by the skin of a baby nutsack, did they fucking divert a huge fucking debacle. And I don't know that they did. It's just they're not in the fucking news cycle right now. So we ain't hearing about it. But if we had to go to a Game 7 in MLB, I think we're talking a little bit more how fucked up that was.
Right.
Okay? And anything got prolonged or set back any more than it did as far as, getting those games off. I mean, you were riding that fine line that whole fucking time with baseball. But hockey and basketball were fine. Dude, shit is coincidence.
No.
Like, if you go to the doctors and do what they suggest, wow, imagine that. Nobody got sick. You got through the NBA season. You didn't have any fucking problems. You got through the playoffs. You didn't have any fucking problems. You did what the fucking doctors told you to do. It's not a coincidence. It's direct cause and effect.
Yeah.
That right there is empirical scientific evidence. And it's also a part of the scientific method, motherfuckers. Did you sleep during science class in 8th grade?
I mean, the only one that's not getting COVID is Frisco because they're just getting hurt on the field.
Yeah, they're just breaking down like, everybody is Samuel L. Jackson and Unbreakable right now in this league. They're all like fucking. Everybody's got like bones made of powdered milk.
Yeah, George Kittle breaks a
crazy.
bone on there, and he said he's out 8 weeks. He says, I'll be out 2. Dude, what do you hear? Like Wolverine?
Yeah.
Your bones miraculously on your own?
Yeah, no, dude.
No, you're not counting 2 weeks.
No. A bone takes 4 to 6 weeks to just kind of set,
Right.
and really seal down good. And then you still have to spend a couple of weeks where there's not like impact involved before that bone's going to be.
Like Deadpool, they cut your hand off and it grows back.
Yeah, what do you think? You can just go to dinner and come back and have a little baby fucking hand and ready to growing back. Fuck out of here. It's just. I'm not surprised that this shit's happening. I mean, none of it is. We've been talking about it since day one. If you know anything, if you know anything about just like the common cold and the flu and stuff like that, if you just use that simple logic with it, this is super easy. Like, we've already been exposed to this. The only difference is this is so much more easy to contract, and then it's so much more, it affects people, worse if you have lying issues, if you're older or whatever. So but like the concept, how it moves around and that shouldn't be new to us. And when doctors tell you that, this is how this shit happens, like this context, it's right there in front of you.
Yeah.
But you don't want to hear it. You don't want to follow it. And so the NFL just acting like nothing's here. Nothing to see. I don't know what you're talking about. We're just going like normal. And then they wonder why this shit fucking happened. It's this thing, it's a microcosm of what's going on with COVID throughout the country. Oh, everything's good. We just go back to normal. They start laxing, letting people in the bars, letting people gather.
Oh, yeah.
Letting people get in stadiums.
Oh, again, yeah.
Putting kids on campus. I mean, yeah, dude, I watched, they only letting 10, 15,000 people stadium. I watched a fucking player jump up in the fucking stands, run up and hand off a football to a fan.
Right.
The fuck? You might as well just have the place packed then.
Yeah.
The fuck's the difference?
I'm not going to no stadium. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
no way.
I mean,
I'm already freaked out by those cooties. I sure as hell don't want
they had to
Rona.
do 20,000 fans for the Super Bowl, maybe. I mean, I've said
Fuck
this,
outta
even
here.
if I won the Super
The
Bowl.
Rona Bowl.
If I won the Super Bowl on there, if I somehow won ticket, I'd sell them.
I'd sell them in a heartbeat. Fuck yeah, I'd make mint
Sell
off that.
them, and then I'm going to go buy me an 85-inch TV.
Yep. I'm going to take a selfie with me holding it so I can have it in my man cave. Hey, look, I got a Super Bowl ticket. And then I'm going to have a selfie next to it with me holding the money from it.
And another selfie in front of it going,
Look at my TV. I'm just going to make a little frame thing out of it. I'll have it up in my man cave. And that'll be part of my sports memo. I had a Super Bowl ticket, but it was the Rona year. So
sold it. Even if it wasn't a Rona year, I'm still selling it.
Probably, yeah. It's just a football game. I'm going to sit from a fucking television
I'm
anyway.
going to stay home and watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Stay home because you know what? I'm not going to be, again, even if I get a ticket on your way, they're not making me to pee parties.
Right. Well, you know what? We had a Super Bowl here, and went down and partook in some of the things going on Super Bowl down there. And logistically, it wasn't horrible. But and if you were to have Super Bowl tickets to a Super Bowl that wasn't in your state, and you had to make travel and do it, man, fuck all that.
Yeah, and get
fuck
raped on the cost of hotel rooms.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Fuck all that. It's going to be able to like sleep in your own bed and drive 15 minutes down to the stadium and go, ooh, look what's going on, and then have tickets and go in and enjoy it. That would be more apt to go then. But fuck the money you can fetch off them tickets, dude. I'm fine. I'd rather go to a party.
I can watch it on my brand new 4K TV.
Yeah, and I go hang out with my boys like fucking James and Juan and Joe and Mike and everybody that's hanging out in the Facebook chat room. Thank you. So yeah, we
and then I pick up a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue.
Yeah, I get me some Ciroc and we get some cigars
right.
and we be rolling. I'll bring the RC.
Have Canada might come over with some Cubans.
Yes, and I'll get them some RC and bring some.
Maybe they'll allow open the damn border. Then.
Yes.
Otherwise, we got to sneak it across the border on a damn rowboat.
Yeah. I'm about ready to.
Like the bootleggers.
I'm telling you. Canada, we're going to be in a little rowboat. Me and Moose. Can you see it now? Yeah. A little tiny troller motor on it.
So yeah, we got again week 8 on there coming up on it when happening. Again, guys getting hurt and everything with on there. And again, like Thursday night there, again it was a game. It was just like
I know.
It's just it was the Falcons and the Panthers. I'm just like I'm like, oh, watch it.
Well, it's like I don't know. It's like, are they gonna lose it again? Are they gonna, are we gonna do this again?
On there, and they pulled it out.
They did. But it's like, other than that, what intrigue is there to watch?
And again, I guess the cure, if you're like a 100-year-old quarterback and you can't throw downfield, is play the Lions because you're throwing Madden type throws, little just like over there and just boop right in the corner, right in the running back hand, and they go basically does backflips.
I mean, Detroit, whatever. I don't even know what to say. We've been show fucking 10 goddamn years, Moose, and I feel like a broken record. I literally have like 3 lines to go to. They're a shit fucking dumpster fire. Offensive blows, and they're not going to do anything to fix it. They're going to win just enough games to justify not firing them, the regime, because we don't fire people or contract unless you're just that horrible. And since they're not going to be, we're just going to continue to go around this fucking merry-go-round over and over and over. The only thing we're going to talk about is what they're going to do with Galladay, and that over and 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 over.
Well, again, he's not playing this week.
And just fucking trade his ass.
Stafford probably won't play this
week. Trade them both.
Well, they kick now.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just in the off season, just get.
Well, Galladay's a free agent in the off seasons where we let him walk away for nothing.
Yes, because they're stupid.
And we may get a compensatory pick like in 2 years.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I said,
hopefully they don't win a game.
They're going to franchise walk. They're going to franchise him, and then that'll be great. He'll be franchised. Them 2 idiots will be back, and they won't be able to do shit. They won't be able to do shit because they'll be paying him out of his ass, and he isn't going to want to stay. He isn't going to fucking resign, and you're not going to franchise him again.
Well, again, there's a plus side on it. If they don't win a game the rest of the season, then they may can those 2 clubs.
Bullshit.
They only win games. They've only won 3. If they go 3-13, they may can both of them.
Bullshit. Maybe. I think 4 is the cutoff. I think they win 4 games, they stay. Everybody thinks if they go 6-10, they stay. I think if they go 4,
root for them to lose every game. Again, they may do it.
Well, you could root for it, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Dude. Okay, Moose. I don't want to insult you, and I sure as hell don't want to call you out on on this planet longer than I have. What the fuck do you think the Lions are going to do to you this year?
Well, nothing, because I don't buy into it. This was the year
No. You're not listening to me. The Lions will stab you. You don't have to be a fan to get stabbed by the Lions. So go ahead and root for them to lose every game, and they will fucking win just enough for everybody to come back. Stab you. Because you will be in here screaming, ouch, on this fucking show. What the fuck? What do we do here every fucking Wednesday for fucking 10 goddamn years?
Well, here's their games left over. This weekend they're playing the Vikings at the Viking in Minnesota. No Stafford, they're going to lose this one because they can't stop the run. So Dalvin Cook's going to have a field. Then they play Washington at home. Washington might win that damn game.
They're not open.
Then they got at Panthers,
which that's a toss-up. But
Texans are on Thanksgiving.
All right, which they might win. They have a habit of winning.
Then they're at Bears. The Packers, then the Buccaneers.
You don't think they could beat the Bears or the Texans on Thanksgiving? You don't think those are possible wins? Just knowing the Lions.
Well, we've already lost to the Bears at home, so yeah, I think they'll lose to them at Chicago.
Dude, have you watched team
Texans? They'll probably end up winning that freaking game. Now getting their 4th win, we're going to get fucked.
Right?
Because they're not the Packers. They're not going to beat the Titans. They're not going to beat the Buccaneers.
No.
And they're not going to beat the Vikings again.
No. Right. Well,
they can't stop the run.
Right. So. Yeah, but there's still...
Green thought, oh, great, we're playing Minnesota. Hey, we're going to win. Oh, Dalvin Cook goes off for $160 and touchdown.
There's still 3 possible wins on there, and you're telling me they can't get one of those 3. Bullshit. They will fucking stab you. I'm just telling you.
Well, let's hopefully Stafford, again, I hope if he does get COVID, I hope he makes a full recovery next. I don't want to, but hopefully maybe be out for the whole year. If they don't have Stafford, they're not.
Well, no, not with what the fuck's that guy's name they fucking ran out there?
David Lau or what's his name?
Yeah, exactly.
So hope
Exactly.
hope that Stafford gets hurt, gets like, you know what? I'm sick. I can't play.
Yeah.
I got COVID.
I got COVID.
My kids are. I'm worried about my kids. I'm just the rest of the year.
Yeah, this Rona case is going through here. I can't
I'm
do
just
it.
gonna sit out.
I've been traumatized.
Because my wife's got health issues already.
Right, yep.
I'm just gonna sit out the rest of the year now.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It
Like
won't
I said,
happen.
we're going to get stabbed and they'll back, and it'll be another dumpster fire, and we'll get on this merry-go-round for another year.
but
Moose.
this year the
Another
plus side is that we
fucking
just didn't. We
year.
don't care.
Oh, Moose. I am very consistent with not giving a fuck for an awfully long time.
Yes.
I have a record of being.
I think
Lions
we've
free.
been like this for at least, I'm going to say at least 3 years. We just didn't. This is probably the third or fourth year. We're not buying into it anymore.
This is my whole thing. I have been
I'm the
anti-Lions.
internal ops, and I'm like,
Yes.
no, not anymore.
Yes,
I'm
Moose
not.
has always been more on board. I have been always I've hated them. The only time I was ever even watching the games was when we had Alvin and Sue and Swartz was the coach, and we were coming off that dumpster fire of a season, with the 16 wasn't that far in the rear view. And my daughter was of age, had gotten, old enough to understand the game, and I had gotten her into football, which everybody in my house hated football, all girls in my house, and I finally got my daughter, she's like, she got to start to understand it, and she liked it, and she loved Calvin, and so she wanted to watch games. She even liked some of these other crazy cats that we get that no one,
Right.
and so she started following the team, so there was a 3-year window where I watched the Lions because it was time with my daughter and football, something I never thought I would have because I don't have boys and nobody liked football, and I just never thought I would ever have that. So for 3 years, I was you could hear me, but you could tell how traumatized I was. I'm like, yeah, I want them to win. I think they can, but they'll probably fuck me and lose. And that was the whole tenor for those 3 years that I got to watch with my daughter, but it was enjoyable. We did get a playoff appearance from it, and so on and so. Granted, a loss, but and so on and so forth. So now, I get upset by the level of stupidity, and then it becomes insanity, right?
Yeah.
Because you do the same stupid shit over and over and over and over, and it's different result. Moose, we've been doing this show for fucking ever. And the text and the feedbacks and the chat rooms and all the shit on all the formats, all the different ways, and all the websites over all the years and all the studios and all the shit we did. It doesn't matter if we've got cats that have been here since day one and cats that have never fucking been here, and thousands of them in between that have come and gone, and everybody says the same shit. The story is the same every time. It is so redundant and so over. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm so far out on it, dude.
Yeah.
If they just disappeared off the map of sports altogether dude, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I'm just so done with it.
I'm older, and my father loved them on there, and he even told me, he goes, don't love them. They're going to break your heart. They
Right.
do that to me every frickin' year.
Smart man, he tried to sneak
And he
it.
saw them when they actually won championships, and he says, dude, they're going to break your heart.
Yeah.
And he still bought into it, and he bought into it. And I thought, growing up, holy crap, Bud Grant was the Antichrist, because he would scream and swear and call Bud Grant a motherfucker, Bud Grant, and throw empty Pabst Blue Ribbon cans at our 19-inch color TV on there. And he bought into it and then finally at the end, he's like, no. And when he passed, I'm thinking, them sons of bitches are going to finally win one after he dies, just to spite him, because God's going to mock us.
I know.
And thank God they haven't yet.
No, they're not going to.
They're not going to.
No, they're not going to.
So I found a Team B. And again, it was Michigan football when I was freaking 10 years old, because it was Bo.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's my dad didn't care about college. He didn't care about Bo. He made money off betting against his coworkers, betting against Michigan in Rose Bowls.
Right.
And so, on there. And of course, the other team was freaking Pittsburgh, man.
Yep. That's
Lions sucked. Pittsburgh just came on there and was starting to win the Super Bowls. I'm like, damn it. That's
Pittsburgh was on in our market. That was usually your second.
Yes.
That was usually
your AFC game.
Yep. You get that. It would be your second game. So, yeah, for me, it was always Michigan football, because I always had a college team and a pro team when it came to football, because it was always about football when I was a kid, and so and hockey, and so when football, when the Lions, even as a kid, I was a Steelers fan because even at fucking 6, 8, 9, 10 years old, I could recognize like quality ball and garbage.
Right.
And so, I would watch the Lions and see Barry and be like, holy shit. And then I'd look at the rest of that team and be like, what the fuck?
And here's the kicker.
And then I would watch, Steelers who were just like a great team and would win over and over. And I'd be like, why can't we be that? And you would never ever get that. But there's a good chunk of Steeler country here in Michigan because of that. Having those games on for all those years when they won, there's a huge Steeler following here in Michigan.
And that's it also too is you got Pittsburgh, Detroit. We are kind of mirror of each other. City.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, absolutely.
We're hardcore blue collar on there,
Right.
and that's what it is. Is we work hard, we play hard,
Right.
and that's with it on there. And again, I'm 10 years older than you, and again, for basically my football existence when I was like 10 years old till now, there was that one constant. Pittsburgh was always a good team.
Yep.
Even even when their worst was they were still like a 7-9, but they won multiple Super Bowls. I mean, Chuck Noll, they won 4 Super Bowls as a kid, and then Cowher took over. They ended up winning again on there, and then all of a sudden with Tom on. I mean, they've had 3 coaches in my existence.
Yeah.
In 50 years, 3 coaches, and they all got winning records, and they've all won Super Bowls.
Yep.
And they've been multiple Super Bowls each coach.
And it's because they have a win. They
have an ownership that basically is it's second to none.
Yeah, when you're at
I still say the Rooney family is the best ownership in pro sports.
Yes, because they know how to hire and delegate. It's super simple. If you know who needs to be who needs to be doing what, and then you know how to hire the right people to do those things, you will be excuse me. You will be successful. That it doesn't matter what you do, if you can do those things, you will be successful. And that's what they've always been able to do. Here that they is always a good one. Don't ever bring in anybody that's a lame duck. Anybody that's bullshit. And yet you have a little bit of like, I don't know. I've never heard like, oh, I can't believe they brought this guy in, That never happens in Pittsburgh. It doesn't really matter where. Even when it comes from a personnel standpoint, they don't draft bad. They don't ever, they just everything is done well because they pick the right people for the job, and that's something that as Lions fans have they couldn't hire the right person if God Himself came down and handed them to them. So it's that's the two differences, and it was night and day when you were watching it on back to back every fucking Sunday for your entire fucking childhood.
Right.
I mean, that's how it was here.
Again, you look at now; they're the only undefeated team on there. They end up beating Baltimore with it on there, and again, that was a great game to watch on there. Over the week, it's just Baltimore gets out to the lead, and Pittsburgh just comes back on there. And
that was a hell of a game.
It was a great game to watch and everything with it. And again,
and they're going to do it again this year.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar Jackson's definitely stepped back.
Well, it's one of those things where, how much if he about it earlier, if he cannot learn it back in the pocket and be an accurate, through your checks and deliver downfield, if he do that, he will not succeed.
No.
And that's the now all the other intangibles that he has, you want him to do that, and he will be able to do that. But those are not going to be effective if he cannot stand in the pocket and throw down with any kind of precision. And that you're seeing now. Before they didn't know how to handle him, and he didn't throw that much. Now they're forcing him to sit back there and throw in the pocket, and be accurate, and he can't.
No.
And it's becoming an issue. And before they didn't know how to contain him or what to do and how to handle it, and he'd RPO you and do this, that, and run, and then he could play action, fling it downfield, 1 or 2 plays a game, and that's it.
Right.
I mean, and other than that, he'd just be doing all these little RPO and trickling down the field and doing whatever. But once you fucking force him to in that pocket and move this ball downfield with his arm, that's not what he does. And that's the regression you're seeing because they're forcing him to do more of that. And it's not working out for him. Now, they're still a really good team, and they're always going to get up for Pittsburgh. So I can't wait to see them again They're
at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Next game.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh went to Baltimore, beat them there, and again, Big Ben looked like Big Ben again. I mean, with it.
Well, and he's not putting up huge numbers either.
No, but he's making the plays on.
I was say he's not turning the ball over. He's making smart plays, and and it's just nice to have that guy. Who was the guy that got his helmet ripped off and popped in the head for being an idiot? That dude was terrible.
Yes.
I forget his name now from last year.
Oh,
for Pittsburgh, the quarterback, he was horrible.
Yeah, Rudolph.
Rudolph, thank you. Yes, he was horrid. So
Yep.
anything is improvement above that guy.
So we got that, and again, Baker became Bacon against the Raiders. We called that one.
Yeah.
That was like the no-brainer on there. Calling it with it. JoJo, baby, with the Bengals take care of the Titans.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like I said, that was the weekend. This is the upset weekend because there was a few games. I mean,
We didn't know about that one, but yeah, JoJo again. We says, dude's got it.
oh sure, no doubt about it. Like, and that's my whole thing. And it's the same thing with Herbert. Like those two guys are good.
Right.
It's just a matter of can they put a team around the guys and be successful. Like about Burrows is like it's not getting any easier around him, but he's performing better each time.
Right.
So like he's through this adversity regardless, and you can see that fact. Like so, if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm ecstatic with the progress of Burrows so far, regardless of record.
Yeah, because you got Burrows on there. They're running the ball better now. It looks like Giovanni's really running the ball pretty nice on there. But again, he's got his boy too now. Again, T. Higgins is going to be his number one guy there, and they're getting that repertoire on that with it. So I definitely like it. If he can get an offensive line to keep him upright, and he can get a couple pieces on defense-wise, this is not going to be the Bengals of old on there with Marv Lewis where they get the playoffs and crap the bed on there. I think this is going to be a different animal there because I think JoJo is he is, and hopefully he doesn't get hurt. He is like when Carson Palmer came to Cleveland.
Right.
I mean, Cincinnati.
Right,
you go,
right,
holy
sure,
crap.
sure.
Until he blew out that shoulder.
Right.
You go, oh, shit. On there. I think the same aspect as
Well, and it's the same thing. This guy's one hit from being in the same situation.
Right.
So, like, they need to protect this guy.
They need to basically they're not going to win this year. Their key is on here is get that kid from offensive tackle to
Sure.
protect him from. Again, he's the franchise under. You need to. Vikings take care of the Packers on there. Actually, Dalvin Cook took care of the Packers. I mean, on there again, 163 yards, 3 touchdowns rushing, and then he gets 50-yard reception and breaks one off, little dump pass for another touchdown. So he took care of them himself. In there, takes a couple weeks off, got hurt, comes back, says boom. On that. Chiefs take care of the Jets on there. Yeah, they were running the ball. Here's a classic example. No, we're going to throw the ball, and then Mahomes goes off for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
That guy's insane.
Well, we're going to run the ball. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's the Jets. Well, I feel like throwing it today.
Well, it's one of those things where they're a very well-rounded team. They can cut you anywhere, and they're going to need that going into the playoffs because their defense isn't there. So, they're from an offensive standpoint, they're going to be deal with most nights. If you got weather or you got an injury or you've got anything maybe going in your favor, then but other than that, it's going to be an uphill dealing with their offense because they can just do literally a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
They can run, they can pass downfield, he can stay in the pocket, he can RPO, he can do like designed rollouts, they can do sweeps, they got receivers that can do running back plays, they can do wildcat shit if they want. I mean, I don't know. I mean, his abilities are endless. Andy Reid is just probably jerking off to his own book every night. I mean, that's how fucking sweet it is right now.
Reading
I'm
his
sorry.
Reading his playbook is like reading a penthouse for him.
Jesus.
All right, I'm going to take a step out. I got work business still.
No, that's good. We're gonna take a quick break anyway, Moose.
Here in a few minutes. Here we are, DSR2 Studio 57 Radio.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop rap. Studio 57 Radio.
Party people, is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip rap and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, Scrappy here to tell you about That Radio Show. With me as I break down the world of entertainment with great guests, celebrity interviews, awesome games with wonderful prizes. Also, we have the biggest library of underground hip-hop of any station on the net. You mix in a little stand-up kind of tagline so your voice can be heard, and you get a pretty good little show. But at controlled programming, yeah, you heard me, the listener-controlled programming, where you, the listener, can decide what makes it on the air, and now you've got the greatest show ever created. So join your show, our show, the full show, That Radio Show, each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Big D, here to tell you about Mark for Life Tattoos. Guys, this place is the cleanest, most laid-back studio in Metro Detroit, and the artists are top-notch. And if you're like me you need to stop in on Fridays for that D-Day and get your Old English D for only $20. Not interested in tattoos? Mark for Life does body piercings. Mark for Life is located at 22533 Van Dyke in Warren, and the guys are there 7 days a week from noon to 9. So give them a call at 757-2222. That's 586-757-2222. Tell them Studio 57 sent you and get 20% off. So what are you waiting for? Call them now.
Hey everybody, Smoke here to tell you about All-State Tire. With winter fast approaching, the most important thing between you and the road is your tires. So don't put your safety in just anybody's hands. Go to All-State Tire. With new and quality used tires available, you can trust All-State Tire for all your tire needs. You can visit them at 14208 9 Mile Road in Warren, or give them a call at 586-779-9. All-State Tire, your source for quality new and used tires.
Everybody, Scrappy here to tell you about Love and Life Club. Life Club is a networking club that's located 90 James Cousins. That's a large service drive between 7 and 8 Mile Road in the D. Need to stop in for $5 Fridays, great music, food, and drinks. I personally recommend the chicken. Love and Life Club is also available for rental for bachelor parties, wedding receptions, or any party for that matter. For more info, www.loveandlifeclub.com. That's loveandlifeclub.com, or call D at 313-999-2824. That's 313-999-2824. That's Love and Life Club. If you're loving life, you need to be in the club.
Taking over the underground.
Studio 57 Radio Original. You know, when you hear that sound, you're gonna have a good time, because that's the sound of the ultimate underground live concert webcast from Detroit area. We go to the most famous, what should I say, infamous place in the D, and bring the underground music scene from the streets to your computer. Nobody else can. There's only one catch. You never know when and where the ultimate underground is gonna take over a bar. So you need to stay tuned to Studio 57 Radio all day, every day, for clues on where the next ultimate underground may happen. Now there's no other station that is gonna give you this live webcast of the hottest artist in the D. That's the ultimate underground live on your home for hip-hop, rock and metal, Studio 57 Radio, man.
Goodbye.
You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of remixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving to the D. Recording, mixing, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. Studio 57 is 2 digital recording studios that utilize Cool Edit, Logic Pro, Shure, AKG, Sennheiser, Yamaha, Korg, Mackie, Boss, Ibanez, Fender, Fruity Loops, and many, many more to your music pop. Experience and friendly engine makes Studio 57 feel like you're away from home. With beat creating, mastering, digital media conversion, and DJs for any event, Studio 57 Records is your one-stop shop, all your music entertainment needs. We have online bill pay and flexible payment. Studio 57, the place to be. For more information, visit Studio57Records with a Z.com. That's www.studioredz.com, or call us at 586-420-339. That's 586-420-339. 420-3390 or log on to studio57records.com. And just remember one thing, baby.
You get what you want cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of the working, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. You get what you want cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And the Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on, Jack.
You're listening to 7 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 50 Radio.
Welcome back, and sorry about the hard out first hour there. Moose is taking care of some business here. Not a big deal. I could have made a smoother transition, but Moose is ready to go, so we win. It's all right. It's up NFL. We're taking NFL, talking a little bit of the Rona there and what's going on. We're breaking down some of these games. I went on to a little talk about the Lions. You know how that shit goes. Goddamn same show from forever. So we'll try to get away from that. But we still got NFL, we got our pick'ems, we got Moose's fantasy moment, and we got some NCAA to get into. So let's keep things rolling and get into hour 2 of DSR2. Hi, I'm Scrappy, and here's your host, Johnny Moose.
There are no little tirades regarding the Lions. There are only normal, exceptional tirades on there. Again, one constant in this world: Lions gonna suck.
Yeah.
All right, so we got lots here to talk about still on this Wednesday. We still got NFL action to go into. We still see football going on. Still got Michigan State, and what are the repercussions there?
Sucks!
I'll get into a tirade here in a little bit.
1 in 6.
At home.
Does that mean anything to you?
Yes. On there. Also, we'll have Moose's fantasy moment, and of course, pick'ems. Hey, we're pretty damn in pick'ems this year, so guess what? We're gonna keep the roll on there.
Hopefully we will. Yes. I mean,
this week should be easy because I didn't like any underdog this week.
Yeah, last week was like a one, man. Like I said,
we got them. I mean, we did. I think I did. Another one I got. I went like 11 for 14, and you were like 10. So we did pretty damn good again.
We'll figure it out.
I don't know what's happening. Again, it's 2020, so I guess that's the whole thing. Is
yeah, it is.
We normally suck, but not this year.
Yeah, right.
We still got some NFL action going on here, breaking it down there. And again, the Dolphins end up taking care of the Rams on there. Tua's debut didn't look all that great, but everything else seemed to work out perfect for Dolphins, especially deep-wise, because Jared Goff sucks.
Oh, dude, he's never been the same since...
That's Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's... how they're utilized. I don't know.
I'm turning the ball over, pick six, a kickoff return for a touchdown.
It's the same thing, right? Wentz and Philly bought him too, and he's not impressed me since the injury. You know, he hasn't been the same since. So you got two guys. Didn't they come out of the same class or relatively close to each other? So I don't understand what's going on.
Yes, they came a year apart.
Yeah, I know they're close. I don't know if they're the same year or
it was a year. Wentz came out the year after. Maybe the same year because Goff was number 1 and Wentz was number 2.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not looking good now, is it?
No.
So like, I don't know what to say, but you know, the NFC in general is down, I would say. Yes. And with this crazy COVID, I'm just not going to hold too much stock into it. I'm just going to assume that if they can get this, we can get this thing under control, and the NFL could pull their head out of their ass and get into a bubble situation, that maybe next year it'll just be a better situation. Because the coronavirus isn't going anywhere. We all know the numbers here as far as the deaths and the hospitalizations and all this other stuff, and the way it's spread. We know about all that. But we also know that there won't be a vaccine anytime soon. But I don't know if you guys realize that the only reason like polio went away is because we had 95% compliance with a vaccine that actually worked.
Right.
So if you have a vaccine that's step one. Then you have to get 90 5% roughly of the community on board to take it in order for it to eradicate anything.
Right.
So the fact that if you think that corona anytime soon, you're batshit crazy. How long, with a very effective vaccine and a very high rate of people wanting to take the vaccine, how long did it take to get? Like, it's still time. You're talking.
It still took on there.
You
And
know
it
what I
also
mean?
took a concerted effort too, basically. But then on there.
So I mean, they didn't eradicate it. So you're not going to get rid of Rona and polio. I would have to say is probably our number one success when it comes to this kind of thing in recent history. So if it takes that kind of time, then it takes that kind of fucking time, and we don't know that we can be that effective on this. Like we were with the polio, because we haven't been with anything since, like the flu, the common cold, a lot of these other things we just kind of learn to live with. We don't cure them. We learn to live with them. The polio is probably the last thing we fucking cured.
Yeah, that was the last thing we really cured. We kind of eliminated was the mum. Then that made a comeback on there too. Same thing with smallpox, which was before polio. We eliminated it, and again, Mother Nature finds a way.
Well, once again, it's one of those things where, if you don't maintain those vaccinations through time, it'll just come back in again. So once again, it's got to be effective, and people have to take it. Once again, it has to be effective, and it has to be a 95% acceptance rate for this to work.
I remember going for the polio. You get your smallpox inoculation, and you got your little sugar cube for the polio.
All right. It's just, this is what it is, guys. So the Rona is not going anywhere. So it's always going to be part of how you deal with sports. So if they're going to keep trotting on here and act like nothing's, guess what happened?
It's going to get.
I mean, we're going to have these issues.
Well, we got these issues on there this week. On there, coming up on there again. Players out and everything with it. Chargers Broncos actually turned out to be a pretty good game. Of course, the Chargers blew another big lead in the fourth quarter. And again, it wasn't because of Justin Herbert, who was balling that game. Scored the winning touchdown, or scored the touchdown, put him in the lead with like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. And of course, freaking comes down and scores just as time expires, which is bullshit. I like and again, we talked about Saints and the Bears. A player from the Bears losing his freaking mind.
And again, I don't know what that.
Nick Foles is not really good.
Well, it's one of those things, too, where, like, I think Nick Foles is fine, but, like, what did you put around Nick Foles?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so who was there before Nick Foles?
Mitch Trubisky.
Okay, what did he do?
He's garbage.
Okay, so you put Foles in there, won a Super Bowl, and then what did he do?
Oh, he's... See, I like Montgomery. I do like Allen Robinson with it. It's just... He's not played very well because they've got. I mean, the speed receiver Mooney's a rookie. I mean, he's all pretty good. They have no offensive line, is what the kicker is.
Okay, now we're starting to get down to something here because Moose, it's simple math to me, right? We know fractions, and so there's a thing called the least common denominator, right? You always want to get to the least common denominator. That's the whole goal in fractions, is to get to the least common denominator. Okay, so this is the goal. So if you change the quarterback with a better quarterback and get the same results, guess what the problem is not?
The quarterback.
Okay.
Well, again, with Mitch Trubisky was the problem, but that's a whole
other
story.
Right, but that's obviously not. Mitch Trubisky might have not been great, but how do we know that he's the problem? Because when you put in somebody that played with a Philly team that had no business going to the Super Bowl, did exactly that, and then won the bitch.
Yeah.
So why are we thinking all of a sudden that it's their fault and not an issue with anybody that gets plugged into that position? Whether it be because of offensive line, whether it be because of coaching, whether it be because of scheme, whether it be because of other player personnel and skill players. Like, there could be a multitude of reasons why you can't be successful in that position. But to just say, oh, he's not very good, the last guy wasn't very good, the next guy isn't very good, the guy after that isn't very good. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They can't decide either, no matter what quarterback they suck at picking, or there's other issues that need to be addressed so that position can be successful.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a hard position to play for a reason, because it's so contingent on other people being being there for you to be successful.
Right. That, of course, them trading up to get Mitch Trubisky was an issue on there where they could probably sat where they were and got either Deshaun Watson or Mahomes and probably not traded away on it. They made some bad trades on
Oh,
there.
well, yeah. And that's, I guess it even bolsters my point. Even so, what makes me think that they're getting anybody to help these cats out?
No, they're not.
They're not. I mean, you don't go out and get free agent linemen. That's just catching.
Right. Because again, good free agent linemen end up staying with the same organization forever most times.
Right. So if you're not doing any of that stuff, then you're not going to, no matter what quarterback you plug in that position, they're not going to be successful. You could put Tom Brady in that position, and he's going to shit the bed.
Right.
So to me, we've learned nothing. So what I've learned, as much as we've hated Trubinsky and how shitty he's been, what I've learned is that we don't know anything about Trubinsky.
No.
We don't know a fucking
He's
thing.
putting it away to succeed.
All right. All we know is that think about that. How long has that position been a dumpster fire?
The Bears
that
have
team.
never had a good quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
Even when they won a Super Bowl, it was because they had a great defense.
Right.
And even when they went to the Super Bowl, Rex Grossman. Rex Grossman didn't get them to the Super Bowl. It was actually Kyle Orton that got them to the Super Bowl, but they had a great defense.
Right.
And again, Matt Forte running the ball.
Right. So once again,
Bears have never. And again, Bears haven't had a good quarterback probably in like 70 years.
right. They don't. Well, and there's a reason, because whoever they plug in that position can't be great.
No.
And so
They don't put them in a way.
so they don't put them in a position where your offensive line might do great against might do great in the run game, but if they can't give the quarterback the time, they can't get all those things lined up at once, right? You have to have a good quality quarterback pick. You got to have a line. You got to have a defense. You got to have a running game.
Yep.
You got to have a receiving option out there for this guy. If you don't have all those things lined up at once at the same time, then these guys are going to falter. So it's not, to me. We learned nothing. From what all we learned is that we learned nothing. If that makes any fucking
exactly
sense.
on there. And then we got the Seahawks taking care of the 49ers. Russ was just being Russ on there. 4 more touchdowns, so he's got 26 for the season. He is one behind Tom Brady for most touchdowns to start the season on there through 7 games on there. And again, his receiver choice this week was DK Metcalf, so it seems like they're alternating Metcalf, Lockett every other week on there.
Sort of, yeah.
It seems
I
like
think DK's gonna
DK will take over on because again,
DK's the one.
as we say, he's a superhuman that happens to play football.
Yes,
I mean,
he's definitely their.
I thought he was going to be
again.
again. There's the one guy I totally like. Dude, there's no way he's going to be any good. I mean, he's not going to be what he is in football. I thought he's going to get hurt. He's going to be because he's got no body fat on there. I'm totally wrong.
Yeah,
I was so wrong on. I'll admit it. Dude is a freak.
Yep. Yeah, that body fat thing, the only time that works against you is maybe in the fight game. Because you can get them.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're just a freak, you're a freak. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's the other way too, Moose. Like, how many big guys have you seen that can just move right? You know what I'm saying?
There's only 2 receivers I've ever seen that are like 6'3", 6'4", 230 to 40 that can run like that. That was him and Cal Johnson.
Right.
Those are the only. I mean, you go, what? That's not right. Somebody that big should not be able to run like that.
Yeah.
Those are the only. I mean, the only 2 you've seen. I'm going, holy crap! When you see Calvin run, you go, holy shit.
Well, he ran it was like a deer, right, or whatever. It was very effortless because he had
looks
long
like he's
limbs.
yeah, but they both look like going, well. They're running in slow motion because they have that such a long stride.
Yep.
And again, as we say, we'll go back into that when DK chased down Buda Baker. Buda Baker was hauling.
Oh yeah.
And he chased him down like nothing. I'm like, holy shit. Dude's running like, again. I mean, only Raheem Mostert, who they actually clocked at like 24 miles an hour, has actually run faster on there than frickin' Metcalf this year. But just freaking nature, dude. I mean, if you play Seattle game, who the fuck am I going to cover?
Yeah.
Because again, if I'm double covering, then the other guy's single covered.
You have to hope that Russ has an off day.
Right.
Essentially. Or that you basically are banking that
his off day, you still had to go to overtime to win the damn thing.
Well, and that's the thing too. If you can't control the clock and the ball, you don't have a chance.
Right.
You know
and
what
the
I'm
only
saying?
reason was because again, Kyler Murray had a spectacular ball, just actually a little bit better that day on there. But again, it was like, holy crap. I mean, that's on there. But yeah, the Hawks. I mean, Russ, dude, if you get the MVP, there's a travesty.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean that would be a joke if he doesn't.
He's having one of those years. You go, Jesus.
Yeah.
On there. Again, for the Eagles who are kind of struggling. Again, what do you need to play? You need to play the Cowboys.
Oh my God,
they're terrible.
Jerry Jones is like gonna lose his mind. He's gonna die before anything. I mean, he might not make it. He might not live through the season. That guy. What's he gonna do about that coach and that team and that quarterback and the players and that? What has blown up faster in somebody's face in recent history than fucking cops? I mean, your quarterback, your fucking running back can't hold on to the fucking ball. Like, everything is going wrong for that fucking team. And that division is hot garbage. They come in
6-10, 7-9 might win that damn division.
Dude, they should be running through that division and fucking dominating that division, and not even it shouldn't even be close.
The Eagles win it pretty. But again, wow, they get a guy Travis Fulgham who comes off the scrap heap and ends up playing out of line. Gee, Lions had him, cut him loose. Shows you the Lions have no eye for talent.
None.
I mean, look what he's done. I mean, from his basically since week 4, his third in the league in receiving yards and touchdowns.
I don't know.
And then we got Monday night. The Buccaneers took care of the Giants on there. Giants played well on there. Brady was Tom Brady at the end. I mean, we all knew. You knew they were going to win it. I knew they were going to win it on there. And the Giants made it close on there, but they blew it but they couldn't get the 2 point and ended up on with that. But yeah, injury, COVID. I mean, we'll see if they get through this. We'll see what happens. Again, these cats are getting. I mean.
See, they think just taking tests is going to get it done.
No.
And it just doesn't. That's not. Testing isn't the whole thing.
You got to eliminate down there. And again, it's not just. They may maintain the bubble. They may just go from work to home. But their families go to the store. Their families go out. These cats are. A lot of these guys are married. Their wives are going out. They're being out there in the public, and they're getting exposed to it, and that's what's causing it on there with it.
Dude, you don't think that letting 20,000 people into the same stadium doesn't have anything to do about
it?
I
wasn't letting their soul in the stadium.
And then you're traveling from state to state to different places, and a lot of these places are hot spots. I mean, there's a million and one things. Last thing I'm worried about is what the guy does, the dude's wife does.
Right.
I mean, that's so far down on the list of the opportunities to catch the COVID for what they're put through that I'm not even worried about. They act like nothing's fucking on.
Right.
They're traveling around when they fucking shouldn't be. They're putting themselves at risk for no fucking reason, and they're allowing people in the fucking stadium when they shouldn't be. Dude, it's super fucking simple, man. They don't fucking mask. They fucking gotta find fucking cats to get them to fucking mask. Do you think they're following them fucking rules when the cameras ain't on?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. So you have failed to mandate shit, to follow through with it, and to put up bubble your players and the people that are there, and then everybody that's in it is involved that hasn't opted out, that's gotten it. They don't either. No. So now what's happening? You're having outbreaks fucking everywhere. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna act like nothing to see here. All this quarantine, and we'll bring somebody else in. Do you think that really fucking works? You can't tell me that. If one guy on the lines or on the offensive line has got it, that they're not all fucking shouldn't be all quarantined. Every fucking one of them.
Right.
Fuck, dude. If you were in the huddle with this guy on this day, you're quarantined. If you played against this guy on this day, you're quarantined. How the fuck do you have? How do you field the team that way? They don't do it that way. They don't even do it that way.
No.
Because they know they can't.
No.
And that's the fucking joke. So this guy tested, and we're going to yank him. Well, what about everybody else? Well, if they test negative, then we're cool. Yeah, but it takes 3 to 5 days to come up. Yeah, but that's all right. Test them again. Yeah, but the game is tomorrow. Yeah, but they tested negative once again. And then you just go I can make up any stupid thing to say to justify me making money.
Right.
And these guys will play, and they want to make their money too, and they want to play their game. But if you think that this season is not going to become taco, and if they don't do a bubble for the playoffs, Super Bowl, and stick it up your ass, because the likelihood of getting 2 teams there without a COVID case, none the way they're doing it right.
doing everything on a prayer.
And this is what we've been saying. We've been for fucking 6 months.
Right. We're gonna keep doing it, and now it's catching time.
I do. Oh, I know. And everybody's like, "Oh, see, the Big Ten's the idiots for not." Man, fuck you.
Well, again, we'll get into right now is college ball because again, Louisville, Virginia is postponed because of Cardinal outbreak in Louisville on there. Two main defensive players now out for Notre Dame and Clemson, along with Trevor Lawrence. Wisconsin canceled their game against Purdue. Wisconsin may again because there's like 24 cats on the Wisconsin, somehow affiliated with the Wisconsin team that have tested positive. And again, if they're playing, they're gone 3 weeks. Big mandate. If you test positive, you're days. If you're a coach, it's 14.
Good. And then
they're not going to get through this. On
No,
there.
no.
I can almost guarantee this. On there.
And they shouldn't have.
No, they should never start it.
Nope. We've been screaming this and beating this horn, beating this drum
So again,
this whole fucking time.
Again, college football on there is again. It basically doesn't count. Basically, this whole year is a big asterisk because it really shit.
No,
it's a big bullshit money grab.
It's fucked. We talked about this. I came out here and pleaded with them not to play this season.
No, we both
so fucking sick of this shit. We knew that happened. This is almost exactly what we told you would happen. Almost
exactly.
To the T. I mean, almost to the T on the timeline and everything.
Wisconsin is basically this close to saying, you know what, we're canceling the team this year. Season's over because you're not going to get it in. They're actually talking now because Wisconsin is so bad there that they may have to use Camp Randall Stadium as a field hospital because of COVID.
That's so crazy.
4,000 cases in Wisconsin, and they got less people here in Wisconsin than Michigan.
Right.
Don't give me this crap on there. And again, Michigan losing the state on there. Fucking A. You know what? Somebody needs to lose jobs.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Don Brown needed to been immediately after that game because, again, they came out there unprepared for that. His stupid goddamn man-to-man defense doesn't work in, again, on every time they play with receivers, with any speed and skill, and he plays this man-to-man, especially when you got two new cornerbacks under, they're going to get burned. And Harbaugh basically is, you know, I was done after last year. I am so done with him now.
He got so outcoached. What else?
Oh, they got outplayed on it. I mean, Bill Tucker took to the woodshed.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Freaking Rocky Lombardi, like who's like freaking the second coming of Cousins.
I know.
And Connor cooking that.
Rocky Lombardi doesn't.
I mean, he was just drop. Oh yeah, they can't cover our receivers deep. Go.
Yep.
They basically don't get. They're calling them for a pass interference.
Yep. Yeah, it's ugly.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm over it.
That's the problem with these, again, bringing in freaking Shea Patterson for 2 years, which basically turned into basically garbage. We should have started Dylan McCaffrey year on there, right off the bat, seeing what you got. And if he wasn't an answer, you could have started Milton last year and gone there.
Yep. Nope. Yeah, to me,
I'm so done with Harbaugh.
Well, it's one of those guys where, you know, Harbaugh's one of those that will break your heart because he will show you all the promise in the fucking world and then not get you there. And I'm sorry to be, what were they, 1-5-6 against Michigan State?
They're 3-3 against State under Harbaugh, 1-6 against State and Ohio State home under Harbaugh.
That is insane.
Acceptable.
Yeah, it's just.
You know what? It took Bo 20 years to lose 3 games to State at home. 20 years. Harbaugh's done it in 6.
That's yeah. I mean, it was.
I think Bo only lost like 4 in his career to State.
But you know they'll use COVID as an excuse, and we'll be back.
No,
doing
it's,
this
you know
again.
what? It's just on there. Again,
ain't
somebody
going
needs there with the on there and say enough's enough.
Yeah,
on there, and they're not. You know what? It's time to say, you know what? Next year is your last year thing. We can't come in as a lame duck. Basically, on it. You know what? Pony up. Bring the devil himself in. I don't care if it's lame. Again, bring in Urban. I don't care. Give him $12 million a year. Deal with it. You're Michigan. Everything's said and done on there. You're making money on there. Pay the man his money.
Right.
As they said in Teddy's KGB, pay the man.
Yeah, they got to figure something out because it's.
You bring
bad.
the devil in, man. I don't care. Win.
Hey, we talk about we're consistent. Just win, entertain me, all that.
Because they may lose to frickin' Indiana this week.
Yeah, I'm not watching. I'm not really watching any of these games. I had the Michigan State game on the radio drop. just because it was Michigan State. But I told you, Moose, I'm pretty, and that's why I've been kind of quiet on the NCAA tip here when we get into college foot, because I'm not this product.
No.
I'm not supporting what they're doing out here. I don't like that they're putting the kids at risk. I think that the move that the NCAA made with mainly the SEC putting the pressure on everybody, really, if you break it down and be
Yeah, it was
honest
the
about
SEC
it.
and the ACC putting
Right.
the pressure on there.
Yeah.
Again, Trevor would say, "Oh, I want to play." Well, dude, now you got COVID.
No, yeah, now you got
Yeah, it's
Rona.
on there.
Fuck that,
And
right.
of course, now he's saying, "Well, maybe I'll stay in another year because he doesn't want to go to the Jets." You know,
So
I wouldn't want to go to the Jets either. And again, it's not saying what's fault for the Jets on there. It's freaking Adam Gase and the general manager who's surrounded with hot garbage.
right.
But
So-
I'm done with Harbaugh. I'm so done with it. And again, trust me, I bleed maize out of one arm, blue out of the other when you cut me.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I mean, I don't know any other way to be. So it's hard to stomach. My whole thing is, and maybe that's why I'm not as emotionally spun out about this, because we talked about it last year. I was kind of over it, and if he didn't get it done this year, it was time for him to go. And so that was a quick decision. We didn't have to wait long
No.
to find out. And because I don't think they should be fucking playing anyway, and this whole thing's got farce, I'm investing myself in it. So, yeah, I mean, whatever. Burn it to the ground, it's over. If I wake up, next year's season starts, and it's not the same team, it's not the same coaching, not the same staff, I'll be fine with it.
Right. Because,
So, I mean,
and
do what
again,
they
they're
gotta
gonna
do.
they're
But I have
gonna
a feeling
they're
these
gonna
idiots
start
are
up college basketball too. I'm like, dude, that's
so-
insane.
yeah, that's nuts, man. We have already proven that the only way to do this is with bubble. The only way. Everything else is just necessary risk.
Exactly.
And especially with these cases through the roof nationwide, it makes no fucking sense.
No.
I mean, I don't know, whatever, dude. Japan's got 90,000 deaths total. We're 90,000 a day.
Yeah, we're at 101,000 cases a day, over 1,100 deaths. State of Michigan's like 4,100 cases today.
You got 90,000 cases in Japan. A little bit more now, but
Fucking New Zealand has got, like, what, 12 deaths, period? They're like the only country that seemed to have, like, let's say, let it down and basically go from there. I mean, what, 4 new cases? Well, shut the down.
yeah.
On there. And we got that. So, yeah, I mean, we got that going on. I mean, but it's just like, whatever. I'm so done. I mean, this whole college, I mean, it's a farce.
Yep. Yeah, I
You
don't,
can't add any legitimacy to this year.
Nope.
On there. It's basically, you know what?
And the way
you
the
try to crown your champion, but it's bullshit.
and it just cracks me the fuck up because these, and I get it. You do a sports talk show. You got 4 hours in a day, and you're doing 5 days a week, so you have to content. But the fact that these fucking cats are just like, oh yeah, whatever, and they're talking about college like it ain't no fucking thing, and that this issue that we've been talking about from day one is like been completely glossed over, and even now when you're in the midst of all this shit, they just kind of gloss over it, like, oh yeah, so and so had COVID, and we keep on moving, and so, oh yeah, and 23 more people got COVID. And then a whole other team of linemen got it. And all the linebackers got it over here. And they just brush right over it like it isn't shit. And so, as long as that's the approach we're going to take, this ain't never going to fucking work. And I love what the NBA and the NHL did. And, and I hear another cat. Dude, I love this. Okay, so CBS Sports, they got some of the best cats in the business when it comes to doing this talk shit. Damon Amendola does the morning drive in our market. I think they're actually East Coast. So, but anyway, love him, love his show, think he's great. Said the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Says I don't want to see the NFL play their playoffs in a fucking bubble. Do you want to see them play them? Do you want to see them finish? They need to be in a fucking bubble. Exactly. The problem with college is you can't fucking do that goddamn bubble like that. Even that shit didn't make any fucking sense to begin with. When we already know that outside the bubble situations don't work. And it's just so irresponsible to put kids at risk health-wise so all you motherfuckers can make money while they don't. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. It never fucking will. And I'll never I'll never get on board with any of that shit. And so I'm not gonna. You can get mad. You can say whatever. You can call me whatever, and they can do whatever. I'm not supporting that product. Once they fucking figure out a way to protect those kids, games that are actually will matter because we'll be able to watch them, they'll actually happen and they'll actually happen with all their players. And loses without Trevor Lawrence, and you're going to still try to have a national championship game and have any kind of credibility to who you put in there when you're dealing with that kind of shit. I mean, none of this shit was thought out. It was all fucking half-cocked and stupid, and everybody fucking, all your boys in the Big Ten knew it and didn't want to fucking be a part of it, and goddamn, you had that intervention from the federal government to get the shit kicked over, all pressure from two conferences that think the shit's a goddamn hoax. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's embarrassing, and it's a stain on NCAA like none other that I've really seen, because there's much other shit that's gone down in the NCAA. They usually at some point like show some kind of like empathy, understanding, and backtrack and fix it, all that. And these cats are just full steam ahead, stupid.
Yeah.
And I just can't get it.
No, I agree. It's not going to go away anytime soon, and it basically is. Nobody seems to be. Nobody's listening to any common sense whatsoever.
It doesn't feel like there's a lick of common sense going on in that.
No,
none. And so it's going to be tough. So we get to some kind of national championship game or an assemblance of some good matchups. Of course, we'll break down the game and talk about it here. But it's just.
I can't see you see some teams that are going to play 10 games and some teams are going to play 8 games. But if you're like Wisconsin, were they going to play like 5 games and they're going to get to that's bullshit.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
it's just
it does not.
So asinine.
It is truly asinine on that. All right, so yeah, we're off our diatribe there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I mean, fantasy football you got a couple bye weeks going on there. Injury on there again. You're going to need somebody to start. You need help. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're coming to, you got to make a run for the playoffs. I'm 4-4. I mean, why you still have a chance? Well, I'm 2-6. You're toast, man. Just bail it in.
Concede.
Don't duck your team. You ruin the integrity of the
don't
league.
fuck up the league. Yeah.
The integrity league on there. But if you're fighting it out and you got somebody got injured on there, I got you help. Come on, Uncle Moose, he'll help you out there.
All right.
Matchup on there. Again, now's the time to pick up guys for buys or injury wise. It looks at who's got the best matchup on there. Quarterback wise, believe it or not, lock week. Why? Because they play in Atlanta. Atlanta can't stop anybody.
Yep.
I would definitely pick up that on there. Also, as we were bashing on Nick Foles, they're playing Tennessee. Tennessee can't stop anybody on there. Pick them up on there. And again, Green Bay can't stop anybody anyways. And I think all their guys got COVID, so pick them up for you. It's all about the matchup wise.
I'm telling you.
Running back, Damon Harris looks like finally he might be the running back to count on in New England. And he's had another 100 yards last week on there, so definitely pick up him. Jordan Wilkins looked like a world beater on there last week, of course it was against the Lions, but I don't know about this week wise, but he'll be able to use that a little bit on there. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is definitely looks like he's going to be the number 1 running back now in Baltimore. I know Gus Edwards looked pretty good, but Dobbins looked like a better guy, so definitely pick up him. And again, J.D. McKissick, because why they're playing the Giants on there. And again, you need to pick up a running back wise for Green Bay? I don't know. Who's starting? Well, let's pick a guy off the street. Who's the guy starting off the street? Tyler Irvin.
Yeah.
Who? Exactly.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're playing Frisco, and the Frisco's all beat up. Receiver-wise on there, Jerry Jeudy definitely looks like he's starting to get the hang of things there as well. Sterling Shepard is definitely the best receiver for the Giants-wise on there. Definitely pick up him. And it looks like Jacoby Myers looks like he's coming back now playing for the Patriots as well. So pick up them. And again, the speedster rookie, Darnell Mooney, definitely to pick up that. And then tight end wise, you might be able to pick up on there Harrison Bryant maybe. Also is Logan Thomas is pretty much on there. The only ones that probably are not already taken, so I would definitely pick up those two on there. So. And again, if you need a kicker in the defense, don't ask.
Yeah, stop with that nonsense.
Stop. Just pick a guy.
Yeah,
but if you do need a defense, Redskins, because they're playing the Giants.
Oh, there you go.
as we said, pick'ems. We're doing pretty damn good this week on there. I mean,
Sure.
on this year, so on that. So, and again, we're making enough so you can pay off your mortgage and that, and not basically living in a box down by the river.
Right. At the moment, so far.
There is not again, this week I looked on there, we'll get into it, but I don't like any underdogs this week unless I change my mind on there. Tomorrow night, Green Bay goes out to Frisco. Yes, this game is still going on, at least for now.
Yeah.
On there, Green Bay is a 5.5 point favorite against Frisco, and the only reason why is it's Aaron.
Well, and yes.
And Green Bay, the Frisco is so
I would say
beat up.
Frisco is jacked up. That's why. And I'm with you. Frisco, anybody, those defensive players back.
Or George Kittle.
It'd be a closer, or Kittle. It'd be a closer game, but yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay on this one.
On there. All right, we got Sunday, actually a West Coast team making it out east. Seattle is a 2.5 point favorite against Buffalo. Buffalo's defense has not stopped anybody on there. I don't like the West Coast team coming early, but you know what? Let Russ be Russ. Give Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a guy cooking like that all season long with one little hiccup, I don't see how Buffalo's going to stop that. I mean, come on, man. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking Russell and the Birds.
All right, we got Atlanta is at home. They're a 4 point favorite against Denver. Denver coming off a nice win last week, come behind against the Chargers. Atlanta beating up on Carolina last weekend.
Well, Atlanta's a great team to come from behind on. I mean,
this might be the one upset on there.
They snatched the losses from the jaws of victory all day long.
Yes. It's 4 points.
Who's favored? Atlanta?
Atlanta's favored by 4 at home.
Well, I'm not mad at it. But
I'm going to take Denver just on a basic hunch. As I said, I don't like the underdogs this week. I'm talking myself into this one on there. Atlanta can't stop anybody on there. Denver showed a little gumption last year week coming back against the Chargers, so I'm going to go with Denver.
Yeah, if they could figure something out at quarterback, I might be on board with that. Atlanta did find a way to not choke it up. So if they can get up enough early enough to do that again, I could see that. I don't see Denver coming from behind. So I'm gonna take Atlanta on this one. So we got an opposite.
We got opposite on there. Tennessee is at home. They're 5.5 point favorite against the Bears on there. Tennessee's lost a couple on there. I think Tennessee's gonna right the ship on this one. I don't think the Bears gonna have an answer for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any other way to look at it, to be honest with you. I mean, the Titans are just a lot better team. We've talked about it year long how fraudulent we felt the Bears are, and I don't know, has that changed?
No.
I really don't think so. I'm with you. I'll take the Titans in this game.
All right, so we got Minnesota at home. They're a 4 point favorite against Detroit. Right now is Stafford is on the IR for COVID, so he is out this week on there. I can't believe this is only 4 points. So I'm taking Minnesota.
Yeah, no Stafford.
Dalvin Cook, again, is going to have a field day.
Yeah, no Stafford, no chance. Who the hell's going to get the only guy that can catch the ball?
No Galladay either.
Oh, yeah, none of it matters.
No.
They're going to get smoked.
Yes. All right, here's probably the game of the day. Baltimore is at Indianapolis. Baltimore's a 2.5 point favorite on there. Baltimore coming out. Again, Indianapolis has played some great defense on it. Especially Leonard back there, linebacker on there. Baltimore coming off a tough loss, against Pittsburgh on there. I think Baltimore is going to right the ship a little bit on this one. I think their defense is going to put some serious pressure on Rivers, and he's going to turn the ball over.
That is the key. I'm going to pick Baltimore in this game for that reason, too. But if they can't get to Rivers, they're going to get cut the fuck up. Right. This game's going to go completely the other way, and we're going to look like dipshits. I
think they're able to put some pressure on them.
They have to. If they do not get pressure on Phillips, they will get destroyed.
All right, Kansas City's at home. They're a 10.5 point favorite against Carolina. Yeah. This is probably one of the picks on there, so yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one easier this on there, and we got that a little bit later. So.
That's... what am I supposed to do?
Kansas City at home, and
against anybody. That's really hard to pick against Kansas City at all this year, regardless of them. You know they're not going to go undefeated, obviously. But even the rest of the year, they'll probably lose another game somewhere along the way. And I don't know which one it'll be because I'll probably never pick against them. And and it's not changing this week.
All right, Houston is a 6.5-point favorite against Jacksonville on there. Jacksonville, and again, coming off that, we get that win under, and they've looked like garbage since there. I think, again, this is one where Houston can take care of because it's Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville will, kind of like surprise you every once in a while, but they're so decimated right now. I just don't see it happening. I'm taking Texas.
All right, the
Texans.
the football team in Washington, or the Washington football team on there is at home. They're a 3-point favorite against the Giants on there. Giants won this game matchup a couple weeks ago on there. I think Washington basically gets the break-even one on there. So give me the Reds, the formerly team known as the Redskins.
Yeah, Daniel Jones just isn't doing it for me whatsoever. He might as well be Davy Jones.
And Washington's defense is pretty damn good.
Yeah, no, and they do have something on there, and he will probably throw
and
a couple of picks.
Ron, baby.
Yeah,
he's done with the cancer treatments. He can think about coaching.
Yeah,
on there. All right, we got 4:00 game here. The Chargers are in LA. They're at home. They're a 1-point favorite against Vegas on there. Vegas is weird to pick. I mean, again, I'm not sure which team shows up on there.
Yeah.
And again, the Chargers. I think the Chargers are sneaky because they've lost all those games to like within one score in there. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought we were going to
I think Herbert's going to be able to do it this week. So.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought maybe we get a little separation on this one too, but the Raiders are just inconsistent. We talked about it before. Just don't, like you said, I just don't know who we get week in and week out. But I feel like Herbert and the boys are getting better each and every time, and I expect that to be a monumental step up for him in the fact that he's going to go against a team like this, and I think, like you said, win this game. So I'm with you. I'm Chargers.
All right, Pittsburgh is going to Jerry World. They're a 13.5-point favorite against the Cowboys.
Yes.
Only 13.5.
Who
is starting quarterback for Dallas this week? I don't.
You are, Moose.
I probably am starting this week. I just haven't got the phone call yet.
Yes, you just don't even know.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll do a walkthrough on Saturday. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Yeah, great. I'm going to get killed.
We'll get you down there.
Yeah, you're going to kill me.
Yes, I will put, we'll put some, like, Forrest Gump leg wear on you now so you don't end up like Dak. And it'll be all good.
Bud Dupree and T.J. Watt are going to be taken out to the shed.
Yes.
All right. 4:25 game out in Arizona in the desert. The Cardinals are a 4.5-point favorite against Miami. I know Miami's got something going on there, but again, they're facing Arizona coming off the bye week. Kyler Murray and D. Hopkins are going to annihilate these guys.
Yeah, I know Miami's rolling, and they got 2 out and they're whatever, but they're not a timing thing, right? They haven't quite gotten it all together yet, and they're meeting a team that's kind of in stride right now. As far as like the uptick of their play. So I'm with you. I'm like the birds over the fish, which is not a fish, it's a mammal, but
Yes.
Call Pete a motherfucker, I don't care.
All right, so we actually got a really nice game on Sunday night in Tampa. The Buccaneers are 5.5-point favorite against New Orleans. First game, this is a rematch of the first game of the season where New Orleans took care of Tampa on there.
Yep.
I think Tampa returns the favor on this one.
I really do, the way Brady's been playing lately, for sure. And I know, I like what Kamara's doing in the absence of some other players there. I just it's going to be enough against the Bucs this week. So I'm with you, Bucs.
All right, and then Monday night game, this one on there, New England versus the Jets at the Meadowlands.
Oh my God, dude!
New England is a 7.5 favorite.
Really?
Yes.
That's bad because New England's shit right now.
But that's because why?
It's the Jets. Well, if Cam Newton needs a resurgence.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
I think defense will score 7.5. I think the over/under is probably 15. I would take the under.
Oh, no doubt.
But give me New England.
Yep, I'm with you. So it comes.
There's our pickups.
That's crazy. Someone was asking me in the text who that is picking their nose in our little pick'em graphics, and that would be Cam Newton and Peyton Manning. Actually, they've been cartoon drawn, so that as to now cease and desist order. But I went online and found actual pictures of football players picking their noses and picked those two.
Did a cartoon.
And then did a cartoon with my tablet.
And that's the exact image. I just put them next to each other, and yeah, even the logo is cartoony.
So we don't get a cease and desist.
Yes, I don't want.
Because the NFL is notoriously doing shit like that.
Well, it's been really crazy with that stuff lately. Like A is getting hammered, bootleg stuff, and like that. So the WWE, UFC, all just getting after cats. So nothing new we should know from the whole music thing that you hit people in the right spot.
Again, Dana White and UFC should have basically not let Anderson Silva fight last week. So
with that,
he
got
destroyed.
And that's pretty crazy because Anderson Silva used to be a bad motherfucker.
But again, yeah, got us to him.
So I'm just saying, to be a bad motherfucker. But I mean, well, and it's the same thing because it's like just because a cat gets cleared to fight doesn't mean he should be fighting.
And even Dana White says I probably should never have let him fight.
The
dude's like 45 years old.
But it doesn't matter. Fucking dude, what are you talking about? They've got Vitor Belfort still fighting.
He's taken a beating over the last couple of years too.
Not really. He hasn't had a lot of fights.
No, I mean, except
Vitor Belfort just, he does TRTs and he eats dead baby embryos and does all this crazy shit. I don't know, but he does all this
testosterone therapy.
He does the TRTs. He does the stem cells. That's why he won't fight America. Because he can't fight here, and he'll never pass his drug test. So all of his fights will always be in Brazil. So like you're putting that guy on the card.
Oh yeah, and then we got was it? Is it this month or next month? We get Roy Jones Jr. and
Mike Tyson in November. Yeah.
Yeah, take my money.
Yeah, this is the end of this month. I want to see it. I just don't know what the ticket's going to be, so I don't know if I'm going to do all that.
It might be only about $50.
So if I can,
we get a couple guys together, we chip in and have some drinks and a couple cigars.
It might be worth it. Yeah, it might be worth it for sure. You don't want to watch
Cat's even in on it.
Well, what the fuck?
He's like, wait, I want in on it.
You want to watch the fight too?
Oh, Tyson and
Midgie's like all about it. She just like started freaking out, all kinds of noises and jumping.
Mike Tyson.
When you said something about that Tyson fight, she was all about. I mean, she's like, I like to fight.
The cat's even involved on it.
Yeah. So our studio mascot it's approved. It's kitty cat approved. All right, Midge, get your fat ass out the way. You big fuzzy fuck. She's like, whatever. You will look at my booty and like it.
Yes.
I am a cat. I have my chaps on back. Her little pattern on her legs looks like she's wearing chaps on backwards. It's kind of funny. But anyway, it's got the weird stripe along the...
So yeah, the Max back. We got Central Ohio, the
So
Bobcats
what?
on there. They're 27-27. Yeah.
So what? Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
It is.
I don't even know what to say. Yo, Tim, what's going on? Helen, Aaron, James, Juan, Joe, Mike, everybody, thank you for getting involved in the program. It's just been a while. I hope you guys have been, taking a deep breath and relaxing, not freaking out. There's a lot going on in the outside world. And, we're going to be here each and every week to kind of get you away from some of that nonsense. Because just because the election's over, and by the time we get here next week, we should have some clarity on what's going to happen, hopefully. There's going to be all these things going on. The Rona's not going away because the election's done. The, working and the economy and healthcare and social injustices and lockdowns and all these things that are happening, going on are not going to because just because. So we're going to be here, continue to be here, do the show. Even if sports gets shut down, we'll find a way to do something, even if it's not as often and it's something different. Maybe we'll start doing more Notorious Buddies or any of that stuff. So don't get discouraged if sports kind of takes backseat again. Freak out, all the stuff going on. Just appreciate loved ones, enjoy that time with your family and things that are important. Just you're mental on that. And then, you're going to lose your mind or have fun with it. and be loose and enjoy things. I think we do that here. We don't do sports, that we can keep your mind off of all goofy shit with what we talk, culture stuff. We have all kinds of stuff. I can go on rants for days and say whatever. I'll let you guys pick a fucking topic and we'll just like fix. I don't care. So,
here's on there. We got something on there. And again, probably two smart business moves. One, Giancarlo Stanton, who could opt out after this season, says, you know what, I'm going to stick around because why? The Yankees still owe him $208 million.
Yep.
But I'm not going to get that kind. You know what? I'm just stay put and make you pay.
Sure. It's like the reverse of the tag. It's like
this is where the players have all the power. Yeah. You can opt out. No, I'm good.
I think I want that money.
JD Martinez opted out. And he's sticking around there with Boston. Why? Because they still owe him $1 3 years. I'm good.
Yeah.
Pay me my money.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's good stuff.
The Yankees are numbered for $208 million. Yes. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, baseball already doesn't have a salary cap. So, like, if there is a consequences to your stupid ass decisions, then you could just buy your way out of everything.
Luxury. And again, the Yankees anyway. So.
Well, right. But I mean, if there isn't some kind of consequence, then you just basically buy your way out of everything.
Right.
And so that's kind of been with the Yankees for a while anyway, and it was super annoying. So, yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Oh, yeah, Tigers got a new manager.
Oh, I know.
A.J. Hinch.
Huh?
Remember, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
And I thought we'd get into it a little bit more last week, and we didn't. And I was like, we got off and home, and it was late, and I'm trying to nod out because I had to get up early. And all of a sudden, we didn't talk about Hinch at all.
Yeah, because they did him over the weekend, and it's a good move.
Yeah.
It's like, again, he's a damn good manager on here. So I thought, you know what? It's a good move. It's like the anti-Osmus, move there.
Right. No, I mean, I guess it is, but Canada Mike probably disagrees. He's pretty upset,
You got your World Series. Okay, not Canada Mike. I mean, come on.
But he the whole cheater thing, it doesn't. He's a Tiger.
Yeah.
He's a Tigers fan secondary to Dodgers.
Again,
so he loves the Tigers. He watches the Tigers. He doesn't like the A.J. Hinch deal.
I like the hiring A.J. Hinch. What are they going to hire?
Well,
freaking Donnie Kelly, baby! Come on, it's a good move.
Well, it's one of those things where
he did his penance. He said he got got suspended for a year.
2
years actually.
The coach, him and the GM got scapegoated on some stuff that the players did as well, and they got immunity. Right. And so it's not really fair to look at it that way. And we're consistent here, man. We want to win. We don't really care how you fucking do it because we're disillusioned to think that, not everybody's doing it because they are. Everybody's finding some way to fucking...
The Yankees got busted on there too, and then, of course, they got away with it. So Boston did it too. And everything.
So, once again, very consistent. I don't worry about the integrity of a game that is about its own integrity. And baseball...
They never have.
Baseball's never had integrity. It hasn't had integrity ever in the history of ever. It didn't start getting integrity till it started letting African-American players play, and then the era came and fucked that all up.
Well, even before the steroid. You had a bowl of freaking fetid sitting in the damn
But you know what? It wasn't out until steroid era. Until the whole Jose...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what really burned it and turned it.
Yeah, doing the steroids.
I mean, we all knew... But you didn't have it.
You knew.
You didn't have, but...
Wink, wink, not
yeah, but there was no empirical...
Everybody knew, again, the whole thing, Sosa and McGuire. Oh, my God, they cheated. Y'all knew. The owners knew, but they didn't care. Why? Because they saved those two guys' baseball.
Bonds, McGuire, and Sosa all added 40 pounds of muscle in the offseason.
Right.
That's natural on any level, any way, anyhow, no matter what supplement, no matter what training, no matter what you fucking do. And then to put a body on like that is not natural. I can look at a motherfucker's physique and tell you if he's been fucking doing something. It's really easy. Because you naturally grow that way. You just don't. When you naturally work out, you shape different. When you work out with roids, you shape different.
Right.
With the same workout. So, obviously, if you're using anything, I'll be able to tell by your body. I can look at another guy that could have the same weight, same height, and same body fat percentage, and I can put both them two together. One guy's natural, one's juiced, and I could tell you the difference Because when you work juiced, your muscles grow different. Period. They grow different, and it doesn't fucking matter. You can tell. You can see it. It's among, and it doesn't even go to all the fucking that everybody knows, the bees and the nut shrinkage and the picklon that you can see when someone's on a roid or something like that. But just the way your muscle development occurs, it's obvious.
Right.
It's super obvious. So, but the only muscle that I work out here is my fucking belly, because I like being a fat kid. That's what I've been doing. I've been eating lots of crap. Right. I'm the opposite of that. So if you want to know what a body not on steroids looks like, you just take a picture of me. I look like a melted candle right now. Because I'm not a big guy. But any old way, guys, be good to each other, man. Don't, regardless of what this political fallout is here and all this stuff, man, let's just be sensible and reasonable. And, let's like somehow, some way come together. Can we do that? I know it's hard, but I think that's what everybody needs right now. And if you got to just stick to sports conversation to make that happen when you're at the water cooler at work tomorrow, just do it. Just do it. Not worth even talking about any of this stuff. Get through your day and do it in a positive way, and we'll come together and things will get better. But we got to do it as a team, guys. This is a team effort, no I team, and we can do so. Be good to each other. Wear your masks. Don't be a dick. And I'm gonna tell you what, Moose. I've got what I call a commando locker over here with all shit. So if shit pops off, I'm ready. So I'm just saying. I don't think it will, but we've got good people, and
That's
we
right.
love you. You guys are good. Peace.
And we'll see you next week. Peace out, brothers.
You're listening to Studio 57, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.